Alright guys, so the hair I'm going to be using today is from YSwigs. They basically provided me with this 100 premium human hair. This is actually a human hair wig. It is so dope. I'm going to show you guys in a minute so you can see. So this is just how the packaging looked. Just a simple blue, baby blue, cute little box, and then they put the unit inside. Again, this wig is 22 inches and it is a 360 lace frontal. It's 130 density. The frontal is pre-plucked already. I don't think I'm going to be doing any plucking. Once I wet the hair, you guys will see what I mean. They did a really good job in basically plucking this lace unit. Today's method is going to be this method I always wanted to try, and we're just going to test it out together. It's a really quick and easy way of basically not wanting to bleach your knots or wanted to put foundation on it. So we're just going to test it out together and see how effective it is. In the unit, as you can see, it comes with comb. I do always remove the combs. I'm just running my fingers through just to see if there's any shedding that comes through. Again, this is a human hair, and you guys are going to see how fabulous this hair is. So for this method, you're going to need some hot boiling water. So here I have put my hot boiling water in a bowl. You want to make sure that it's really hot, but you have to be extremely careful because, like I said, it's hot water, okay? So this water that I'm using is really hot. You're also going to need some tea bags. So the tea bags I'm going to be using is actually one of my old tea bags that I've had in my kitchen for a really long time. I'm going to be using about 4 packets of the tea bag. Now you can kind of make an adjustment as to how many tea bag you need based on how dark you want to make your closure, but it's always a good idea to start with just a little bit so that you don't over process it and then you have to figure out how to fix it. So you're just basically going to dump the tea bag in the water. Just kind of monitor it a little bit. I was just moving it around just to help the dissolvement of the tea into the water. This is why it's really important that you start with like maybe 4 or 5 tea bags, so that way you have control over the change of the color. Is not too dark and it's not too clear. So here I'm just basically just running it through, helping the dissolvement of the color of the tea bag in the water. While that is sitting in there, I'm just basically going to take the hair, and you want to take a hair tie or whatever it is and just kind of tie the hair down so that when you are ready to dip this into the water, it's not getting all over the actual unit, and that you're concentrating more so only on the actual lace. So that's all that I'm doing right now. So now you just want to make sure that you're only putting the lace, concentrating more on the frontal part of the lace. And you're going to dip this into the water. You're going to let this kind of soak in for about 30 to 35 minutes, but you have to keep an eye on this because you don't want it to over process. So I kept going back and forth and checking it. Right now I'm just kind of poking the back of my makeup brush in there to make sure that I get every angle of the lace into the water. So you just want to keep checking back and forth for about 30 to 35 minutes. Now each time will vary depending on your complexion. The longer you keep it in the water, the more it's going to darken. You know, for me, I kept checking at the back of my hands, even though my hands is not the same as my scalp, but it kind of gave me an idea where I am in terms of the shade. So after 30 to 35 minutes, I went back and I checked. As you guys can see, I think this color is more than enough. I kind of placed it over my hands just to see how it is, but I think I'm okay with this color. You can always go back and repeat the process if you feel like it's not dark enough. So I washed the hair and let the lace dry just a little bit so that I can see the color. And as you guys can see, it did pretty well. So I guess this method does work. It is much easier if you're not the type of person that's a pro at bleaching and you don't want it to soak through the knots. Then this is definitely another method for you. But let's get into this. Alright guys, so I had to come and show you guys a close-up of the lace. As you can see, let me actually do it from the side. You can see the color change right away. This is a really good method for anyone that is not, you know, used to bleaching their knots or wanting to bleach it and having to correct it. I also have a video on how to correct bleach lace, but I think this is a really great method. It's actually faster than actually going in and bleaching the knots. At least this way you have control of how, you know, how to go about the color change and not over processing it or it seeping through the actual knots. This wig by YSwigs is called Hot Fashion Natural Wave, and it's a 360 human hair. So it's actually not a virgin hair or anything like that. It's actually human hair. And to be quite honest with you, look at how I'm running my fingers through. It feels like Brazilian hair. To be quite honest, I feel like all the Brazilian, I didn't even realize that this wasn't a virgin hair and that it was human hair. Before I actually go, let me just point out this, okay? Again, this is already pre-pluck, which I think they did a really good job, because normally when I would pluck my hair, this is how much I would pluck out. So I don't even think I'm gonna need to go in and further pluck this, because they did a really good job. I don't know if you guys can see, but a really good job in terms of making the frontal look as realistic as possible. You guys saw my previous hair video. It was really thick in the front, so going in and plucking it took a really long time. But even if I do decide to further pluck this, I don't think that I need to do a lot to it, because as you can see, they basically did all the work for you. Again, yeah, I love you all so much. I just have to point that out before I go. I love you all so much as per usual, and I will catch you later.